But I kind of liked it when she did this. Turn the page. You like that? Okay, so I need you to be with me and practice with me. What are we going to do? We're going to turn the page. Oh, pretty good. Do it again. We're going to turn the page. And we're going to turn the page. All right, so I'm going to be watching you because when I see Wisconsin, and I'm one watching nationally on TV because it's a pretty important place, and Minnesota helped you practice with this. You just show me this. Turn the page, right? Turn the page. And you know what else that looks like? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Donald Trump. We are turning the page. 52 days and we are turning the page. 52 days and it is bye-bye, Donald Trump.
Do it anymore. God, Lord, that's... Imagine that being in the White House. What's going on, my friends? Good evening. We're back. We're back and at it. We got lots to go over tonight. I got my energy back after yesterday, but whoa. Woof. I mean, God dang. Let's just mute her real quick. She got the crazy eyes. She's got the Waltz crazy eyes. Jeez, what is happening anymore? Anyways, Blue 5, numero uno, or Allen's. You guys fight over it. It's all lost by the lizard people. That's right. Mantan Trace. What's going on, guys? Paulie V. Daniel Crawford. Danielle. Got a notification. Blue 5. Peter Udoka. BM Pro. Pet Shigoya. Hero at Large. Doug Peterson. Richie Rich. Daniel Crawford. How about them Eagles? I mean, they're barely winning right now, but okay. Yeah, she crazy. So now what? Shogun. I know, Fernando. It's true. What's up, Kevin? Jed Youngkin, Darren Collins. What is going on? What the heck was that? That is Tim Walz's wife. Yeah, that's what's coming, guys. If if they win. Oh. The Democrats are like everybody we used to mock in the 90s and early 2000s and 80s before PC culture took over, back when comedy was great and Saturday Night Live was great and all that. And they are now just caricatures of what real people are. These aren't real people. These are people who are playing real people on TV. They're being what they think real people are. That's just what it's ridiculous, but you know, it is. Waltz is looking at her like, what the hell? I know. He's like, no. The way you make an entrance is it's too low energy for him. Hobbs, what's up? Gary M. Jack Hamilton, new way forward because you can't do it in 3.5 years and you need 4 more to fudge it up. All right. Yeah, what's up, Jack? Yeah, energy's back. We're good. How about them Chiefs? They look good, especially when they get calls at the end of the game that bail them out. But, you know, it's the Chiefs' way. Not saying the Chiefs aren't great. They are great. But that was kind of bogus, the end of yesterday. Candace, what's up? You thought you were wearing SNL skin. I know, right? Trump should wear a bulletproof suit. I know. You should talk to John Wick about that. Fro Girl, yep, I'll call you out. When did the crazy bee say that? It was at their rally the other night. Ben Palmer, turn the page, chicks, treating your audience like kindergarten. I know, exactly. He dresses like a cowgirl, right? So, anyways, welcome, guys. Hey, we got lots to talk about tonight. We're going to go through some of the craziness going on with the deep diving on the Trump shooter, this last one, some of the crazy stuff coming out about him. We're going to go into that. Going to go over the latest polls, where we're at in this race. And yeah, Patrice, you're right. Trump was on X earlier doing a space call. It's one of the reasons I'm late. I was listening to that a little bit. It's pretty good, but a lot of the same stuff. But he's reaching out to the crypto community. He was on one of their pages, which is huge. I mean, Kamal couldn't do that if she ever wanted to. I mean, he's taking questions to real people. It's unbelievable. Putting himself out there. It's good stuff. So yeah, Trump did that. And then stay tuned, because towards the end of this, I have a big announcement for this Wednesday. I have a big show coming up with a guest I'm very excited about. So, and I'll talk about that later. I'm gonna let you guys stew a little bit. Let you guys wait on that a little bit for a surprise. What's up, Liquid Skittle? Blue 5 Internet Chatter said this assassin's also connected with BlackRock. Oh, yeah, that's for sure. In fact, let me show you this. I can't believe I didn't already have it ready to go. Crazy Democrat playing a crazy liberal. You should never combine the two. It's, it's like with, Tropic Thunder. You never go full retard. You never go full crazy liberal. Fox Hunter, what's up, buddy? You missed Trump on X. You can go to catch the space. It's really good. She doesn't have the IQ for much at all, except for memorization of questions she's already been handed when everybody else is already feeding them and fact checking only the other person. So yeah, am I interviewing Trump? No, I'm not that big. All right. Speaking of the assassins or the attempted assassins, they were both in this BlackRock commercial.
The action is to appeal to what leaders? What organization?
My name is Brian DeLallo. I teach AP and Honors Economics in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free to do the things that I love to do. I hope when I...
So he's the first one, Matthew Cooks, is one of the kids in there, and the other one was in that Ukraine commercial. Pretty crazy. I mean, pretty nuts. You can't make this stuff up. And then we got, all right, I'm just going to move fast on here tonight. Where is he? All right. So we got Ian Carroll here. He's been doing some deep diving on all this. And he found some crazy evidence about the guy possibly being a CIA asset. This is a 7-minute video, so I'm not going to play it. But you guys should check this out. In fact, I'll put the link here in the chat. It's worth a watch. But he found all these things from the archives of him about just like these crazy connections he's got and how he might have a handler, all this stuff. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. And the more we find out about this stuff, the shadier it gets. There was another connection where there was like one making a payment to the other. Now that the person who, well, it was actually Ian right here. He couldn't confirm it. So he took down his video on it, but he is researching that. And that would be absolutely crazy as well. It's almost like a hitman for hire kind of deal going on. But he goes through a lot of interesting stuff here, showing this person right here. Oop, let me move here. This Soon Kim person that he pulls up the tweet of. Where do he have that? I just had it up larger. Yeah, it's not. Let's see if it skips ahead for me. Come on, you're supposed to be loaded here. What the heck? Internet problems. Hopefully it's not my stream issues. Anyways, but he found, the connections are wild. You guys got to check it out because listen, how do you let a guy with a gun show up to a private golf course like that? It's actually nearly impossible if you're doing your job. It just is. It's just like having a shooter only 130 yards or meters away on a rooftop. Amy, there's some super duper shady stuff going on here. And apparently the guy was there for 12 hours to take the shot, waiting. And the only people who knew he was going out golfing that day with Trump was his people, his security, Sean Hannity, and I believe Lindsey Graham. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but Lindsey Graham, deep stater all day. So I would not be surprised if it comes out sometime that Lindsey Graham's on the end of that, signing things up, trying to arrange things for Trump to get taken out, because Lindsey Graham's a warmonger, man. He wants the wars to go on forever. So crazy stuff with woke jokes. Will I be interviewing Adam Aaron? No. He would never show up on my channel. He wouldn't have the guts. Optic says first CMC then Debo. I know, but it's only for a couple weeks. It's okay. As long as we're healthy at the end of the year, that's what matters. This commercial is a suspect video. What do you mean by that? Too involved with the government. Yep. What's up, Gary? Ocean sailing. Trump Jr., Eric Trump, space tonight, discussing crypto and blockchain. I know, Ocean. I know. I can't believe I'm going up against Trump. It's surprised Blackdown hasn't been shut down. Why? They're funding half of Congress, maybe all of Congress, except for a handful of people. There's just, there's no way BlackRock's going away anytime soon unless we get Trump in there. The current people in charge aren't going to do any of that. Yeah, Florida's going to investigate. Thomas has been doing okay. He's had a little pain. Here at Large says a second assassin has a place in Hawaii and North Carolina and is unemployed. Right? Yeah, Andy's running over to Ukraine on his own dime, recruiting people and telling them he'll pay them to fight for Ukraine. This is insane. Is the deep state infected with DAI hires that can't pull off a shooting? 12 hours waiting for an unscheduled trip to the golf course, sniper level page. Right? Golfing wasn't on the itinerary. Exactly. It wasn't. They decided to go there late. And it was kind of a spur of the moment type thing. So how did the guy know? That's the real question. Was maybe Trump convinced to go there? I mean, was he not going to go? And then someone talked him into, hey, you know what we should do? We should go golfing today. Your schedule, let's clear out your schedule and go. That's the kind of thing we just don't know. But the more we dive into this, the shadier it gets, just like it keeps getting with the first assassination attempt. I mean, here we go. This is Alex Jones breaking now. FBI and Secret Service sources confirmed Trump's attempted assassin was connected to U.S. intelligence agencies, told when and where Trump would be. Jack Posobiec joins on to exclusive intel. Now, listen, Alex finds out a lot of stuff, and I know a lot of other people think he's crazy. I think he's crazy, but crazy like a fox, like in a good way. Doesn't mean I always believe everything he says the first time it comes out, but I do believe most of the time he's right. And so he keeps, to me, this just makes sense. And I did not listen to this yet, so I don't know who his insider is. But I'll tell you, when you look at stuff like this from Josh Hawley, let me pull this up. Where is it? Right here. Josh Hawley just released a new 22-page whistleblower report detailing failures of the U.S. Secret Service in connection with the July 13th attempted assassination. Hawley reports findings are highly damaging to the credibility of Secret Service and DHS. Reveal a compounding pattern of negligence, sloppiness, gross incompetence goes back years, all which culminating in an assassination attempt came inches from succeeding. In addition to a comprehensive review, previous whistleblower allegations, Hawley report includes new findings that have not yet been reported, including Secret Service intelligence units paired with state and local law enforcement were absent from the Butler rally. Hospital site where former President Trump received treatment after shooting poorly secured. To date, Secret Service and DHS have provided virtually no answers and remain many outstanding questions, including who within the Secret Service and DHS made the decision to deny counter-sniper coverage to the rooftop. When will Secret Service or DHS publicly name the lead site agent? I can't believe that we don't even know that yet. Did the acting Secret Service director ever deny resources to the Trump campaign or U.S. sniper teams has been reported in the press? This is nuts. Absolutely craziness, okay? And on top of this, we have today, I think, who was it being asked? Someone in the Biden administration. Was it Blinken? They were asked about why does Trump not have full Social Security detail, bigger for perimeter and everything. They said, well, he's not a sitting president. It doesn't matter. An ex-president's supposed to, especially a candidate, an ex-president that's also a candidate, supposed to have full Secret Service protection. And so they're denying him the full protection. This, at some point, there's no way negligence is good enough for this. Not when there's two attempts. Even on the first one, it was too egregious. It's too egregious. There's negligence when this is your job to protect somebody that could be, I don't know, one or two things go bad and maybe something crazy happen as a result. But when 50 things go wrong that are obvious and easy, That's not negligence. That's on purpose. And then when it happens again, guys, no presidential candidate or president has been shot at since Reagan 40 years ago. And now twice Trump, when we know they don't want him in there. And it's the craziness just keeps coming. It just keeps coming. So I'm looking forward to see what comes out about from the Florida report as well. But and then like we have Mark Lynch here. He said something that's just great. He puts up riddle me this. According to several media outlets, that trip wasn't disclosed on Trump's itinerary, just like you guys said. So it's the craziest stuff, guys. It's absolutely crazy. And you know, I think it's getting harder and harder to believe that the Biden-Kamala administration don't know something about this. Now, they probably can claim ignorance. You know, they're not going to tell them all the direct plans, but do they know something? I'm going to go ahead and say yes. I don't care. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say that this is all part of the plan. I mean, after last week in that debate, which, by the way, is going exactly as I said it would, that Kamala actually lost the debate, but it was close enough where the media is going to go nuts on it and pump her up and all this stuff. But really, she's bleeding independent voters since that debate, and they know it. The internal polls show it. The true pollsters show it. She's bleeding, and so now they're getting more desperate again. They thought maybe we get a win, and we see some momentum. As I tell you, you don't assassinate your opponent or allow it to happen unless you're desperate. Because the best thing to happen is completely obliterate them in the election. That's the best thing to happen, because then you can make your mark. People won't like it, but they'll accept it if it's an obliteration. And it's over. You move on and you get to run the country the way you want. But when you're losing, and you know you're losing, and you can't risk a loss, that's when you allow multiple attempts on the man's life. That's how that goes. Bet this current guy's going to be mysteriously Epstein in the cell, right? Hannity said he was invited to go on the golf outing, so it wasn't that last minute. Okay, well, it wasn't that last minute, but it wasn't on the itinerary. So, wonder if there are multiple snipers at different locations depending where he'd be. Maybe, Mike. Vinman, same FBI wrangled through Melania's underwear and staged a top secret documents pick are going to investigate the golf course assassination. I know, no joke, right? I don't trust Hannity either, so now what? Hannity makes his living off having insider knowledge from insider connections to Republican establishment types. That goes away if Trump gets in. Maybe Trump needs to hire a Merc group like Blackwater. I mean, that'd be dope. Do I believe 5G is turning the frogs gay? No, I do not. Thomas Dubois, brother. Alex Jones thinks they keep an eye on Lindsey Graham. I agree with that. Did Bongino talked about this? I don't know. I didn't listen to his show today. I'm sure he did. Vimad, I see where Kamala Harris got community note in real time about having U.S. military and comments. Yeah. You know what's interesting about Kamala right now? Even CNN is going back and fact-checking her over and over again. CNN, for whatever reason, is getting tough on Kamala. It makes me think one of two things are happening. They're setting her up for some big turnaround, or they're protecting themselves knowing that she's going to go down in flames. Those are the only things that make sense to me. Calvin, Trump's going to fire so many people in the three-letter agencies because these attempts, yep. Bruce says, move Secret Service back to Treasury, Homeland Security compromise. Who needs them? I agree. Moody saw a report the guy they arrested never actually got shot off. I don't know. And that's very possible. The official story is that a Secret Service guy saw the gun coming out from the hedges or whatever and fired at it to go away, and the guy dropped the gun and ran off. As far as whether he got shot off or not, I don't know officially. Sean Combs was arrested? Oh, yeah. Oh, he's evil. He's so evil. Yeah. Lyrical, it's crazy even when he lives not heavily protected. Why are people not checking perimeter? Yeah, you know, they tried to create a perimeter around Mar-a-Lago, around the roads, and the local mayor was putting up a big fuss about it. I don't know if they still can, but So now it do probably had nothing to do with it. Trying to meet his crack dealer, told him to be in there as another shooter, maybe Hillary. Yeah, Hillary would never have somebody do her dirty work for her. She loves to have people do it for her. And speaking of Hillary, all right, because we're talking about Hillary for a second, I'm going to just go ahead and make my announcement now on Wednesday. So, guys, I'm so excited for Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Mark your calendars, set your notifications, because I am having Buzz Patterson on. Now, if you don't know who Buzz Patterson is, Buzz Patterson held the nuclear football for the Clintons. He served them from 96 to 98, has all kinds of inside info on them. He wrote the book Dereliction of Duty, which was a New York Times bestseller. He ran for Congress in 2020 in California, pulled 45% of the vote, even though he lost. I mean, not bad in California. And so Buzz, I had a friend talk to Buzz out of nowhere. I did not ask about my show. And Buzz said he was interested in coming on. And so I am extremely excited for this opportunity. I do believe it's going to open up a lot of cool stuff in the future. But this guy was just on Tim Pool's podcast a month ago. He right here has 400,000, almost 400,000 followers. And anyways, just extremely excited about this. Going to have him on. We're going to talk about inside the Clinton White House. We're going to talk about what he knows about what's going on, politics behind the scenes right now. It's going to just be a great chat, and it's going to be live streamed. So you guys will be invited to come on, answer questions and stuff as we go. So this is, it's going to be great. I'm very, very excited for this. So you thought I was going to say I'm running for president. Gonna get buzzed in a new way. Yeah. Right. So thanks, guys. I'm very excited about this. I think it's going to be an awesome show. And yeah, so I think any of you guys who've been around since the 90s and the conservative movement, Republican side of things, you guys know who Buzz is. So very, very excited about this. And he's got Clinton stories for days, especially about Hillary. So that's why I decided to go ahead and announce that now. Very excited about that. So Jack Hamilton back to the membership. Thank you, Jack. Welcome, buddy. I'm excited to hear you or have you back. Couldn't Trump campaign hire SEAL teams for protection? I don't know if you can hire SEAL teams. I really don't. I mean, they're government run because they're Navy. So, yeah, I don't know on that. Did you guys see this? Jack Hamilton with the gift of 5 memberships. That's awesome. Thank you, Jack. RTTP is in. Chris McGinnis, Holly Steiner, Mean Win, and MM. Welcome in, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Jack. Now you guys have access to the Members Live. You can go back and watch the Members Live from last Saturday and all kinds of good stuff. Thank you, Jack. I really appreciate that, man, for the support. You guys see this? Tim Walz is now officially under investigation for connections to the CCP. This right here, Congress of the United States to FBI Director Wray. This is massive. I'm not going to read this whole thing. It's pretty long. But signed at the end here, James Comer, Chairman of the Oversight and Accountability Committee, and CC'd Honorable Jamie Raskin, who's not honorable at all. But, guys, I'm telling you, this is going to be a story. Remember when and the FBI came out and admitted they were investigating Hillary in 2016? Well, this is happening all over again. Full-on FBI investigation into a candidate on a presidential ticket. We have 4 days until mail-in voting starts, early voting, or is it already started? And now this is on here. I mean, unbelievable. Kamala's campaign is going down in flames, you guys. Don't look at these happy polls coming out for her. They are overweighted, oversampling Democrats. They're oversampling women. They are doing everything they can to make it look better than it really is for her. But she is crashing and burning. And one of the biggest signs of that is this just came out the other day. Actually, this isn't the one I wanted to pull up, but this is good too. So the Nate Silver model now is Trump at 312 electoral votes. All right, which is 6 more than 2016. Why? Because he's now going to get Nevada. All right. Now, why is Nate Silver so far ahead of his old stomping grounds? Over here, we have 538. Has chance of winning a Harris at 60%. Electoral votes 289 for Harris. This is interesting. Okay, so 538 had Clinton at 85% to win the election. All right, and she lost, obviously. 538 was created by Nate Silver. Nate Silver left. 538 was already run by liberal hacks. Nate Silver is kind of a liberal hack. But Nate Silver leaves, creates his own model, and on the same day they release this, and Nate Silver releases this. What a stark contrast. Now, Nate Silver, liberal dude, you honestly think he'd be putting out this because it suits him better, or because to him the evidence is just so overwhelming where this is headed? And that's what we're really at right now. I'm getting in Clinton territory. Watch myself. So now it thinks. Listen, if Buzz is still alive, I'll be all right. My thoughts on World Liberty financial announcement. I don't know what you're talking about, Kryptonian. CCP deeply embedded in our government. Yeah, CCP is the Chinese Communist Party. Yeah, thanks, Jack. I appreciate that. 1 million per SEAL member, SEAL 6 months tour. Is that like X SEALs, Alan, or is that something you know? Brett, you were surprised Buzz did not win, but again, Ami Bear is a douchebag liar. Is another rigged election in California. You voted for Buzz. That's awesome. So you know him. You know him. Renee, Fox News released that Kamal is leading in Pennsylvania by 3%. No, it's not true. I'm telling you guys, do not. They are using the polls right now to scare you because they needed. Kamala lost all her juice, okay? All her momentum was gone last week before the debate. She came into the debate, and what did it do? It gave the media a reason to juice her up again for a few weeks. Now, we're going to have to live in this Kamala's doing great lie narrative for the next 2 more weeks, maybe 3 more weeks. And then in October, things are going to get tight again, and the real stuff's going to come out. So right now, it takes having to look even closer than usual. And this is why I'm actually so shocked that Nate Silver is out there being honest right now. This is not like him. Again, he led the site in 2016 and 2020, 538. That was way off on both of them, way off in favor of Clinton and Biden. And now, guess who else is telling us the truth? Harry N. Now, you guys probably don't know who Harry N is, and that's okay. You shouldn't. Only nerds like me should know who he is. Harry N was Nate Silver's #1 man at 538, but he was so good at being a dork, he got hired by CNN to be their poll guy. And he comes out and says, Harris is polling in the danger zone. Now, I want to show you guys the video if they linked to it. I guess they didn't. I'm sorry. I like his little clips he does because he's got a very New York accent and he goes through, but he has Harris. He's out there warning people on CNN, their top pollster, saying, don't get comfortable, guys. And this is why I appreciate the nerds like Silver and Enton, even though they are liberal hacks in some ways. But the one thing I do like about them is they're such dorks when it comes to data that they see the truth. And so what they try to do is sugarcoat it and like walk around it. But they also always try to tell you what's really going on because they love the numbers more than they love winning. And that's who these people are. And so I always watch what they're saying because sometimes I can tell like, oh yeah, but he's warning them. He's saying, and this is in a honeymoon period right now. She got a second wind honeymoon period because of the debate. But the real nerds know. The real nerds know that it is bad news for them right now. And in fact, I want to show you guys one more thing on this. If I can find it. Yeah, here it is. This is what I wanted to start with on this. But so Atlas Intel. They just came out with their latest poll. Atlas Intel is the most accurate pollster of 2020 and maybe 2016 as well. But anyways, they're a big deal. They're one of the ones that they don't put out many polls. They take their time. They do it right. And so when they release their polls, everybody in Washington, D.C. pays attention. And they just released their latest poll. And like you guys, just somebody said, Fox News has Trump behind by 3 in Pennsylvania. Well, we see these other polls, Kamala up 4, Kamala up 5, Kamala up 3 nationwide. Atlas Intel comes in, drops a nuclear bomb. Here's our big poll, first in a while. Trump up 3 nationwide. And freaking them out. So they have Trump at 70% chance likely winning the election. And let me pull up the numbers so you guys can see them. And we're getting anime. Yeah, that's Twitter for you. You just want to poll, you get anime. Let's skip past all that. Hold on a second. Here we go. Sorry guys, give me 1 second here. And actually, let's save that tweet. And here it is. All right. So this is the latest one. Ranked #1 of all pollsters nationally in the country, dropped the best poll for Trump since Kamala entered the race. Blowing past New York Times CNN's, which they had him up 1. Fully post-debate Trump is up 2.9% nationally. Biden's approval will crash further to -22. This is a bomb. This is a bomb that just went off. And here you have Atlas Intel, single most accurate pollster of the past few election styles, studying how effed Harris is if this is true. And you see right here, Atlas Intel, the lowest. Can you guys see these numbers? It's kind of small. Let me make this bigger here. All right. Average pollster error in 2020. You got Atlas Intel here. They're the only ones under 2. Trafalgar Group second. Wick third. I don't even think they're doing it anymore. Insider Advantage I also haven't seen. And then Rasmussen. What do you guys know all these have in common? Trafalgar, Atlas, Rasmussen. They're all the most bullish for Trump. And that's why we data dorks, geeks, that's why we like to say that it's bogus that Kamal's run away with it. And that's why I don't believe when I see Kamala up 3% in Pennsylvania when everybody who lives there is like, I don't see a Kamala sign anywhere. Unless you're in like deep Pittsburgh or something, or Philly. How about the Eagles? Are they winning or losing? What's going on with the Eagles? I'm not watching that game. Let me look real quick here. Scott Pressler says he signs a plus Republican in Pennsylvania. He's gotten registration up, yeah. So now what? She didn't get a 0.5% when she was running for president in 2020. There aren't enough people asleep for her to win. I agree. Did I see Elon Musk tweet about female fertility rates after COVID? Yeah, I think I saw it. Oh, Eagles are losing. Good. Yeah, the declining population is terrifying, honestly. I actually was talking to my kids about it the other day. I was like, you guys need to have babies. Give me lots of grandkids. Dubois, did I see the commercial with Waltz riding a horse, holding bottle of Turns advertising their product? Me either, but if he did. No, I didn't see that. That's funny, though. All right, in other news, guys, we got 2 days now until rate cut. I'm telling you, Wednesday is going to be a big day. We're going to get our Fed rate cut. We're finally going to find out, do they do 25 or 50? Actually, Elizabeth Warren's out there asking for 75. What does that tell you? That tells you they are freaking out about the economy. Look at this. Elizabeth Warren. This is panic. You want to know what panic looks like? This is what a panic looks like for the economy. And also trying to rig an election by juicing the economy right before the election. Dear Chair Powell, we write today to urge the Federal Reserve to cut the federal funds rate currently at a 2-decade high of 5.3 by 75 basis points at the FOMC meeting this week. That's disgusting. This is disgusting. Given the Fed's confidence, inflation moving towards its target of 2% and slower job growth, now is the time to swiftly move forward with rate cuts. They are trying to juice it. Will Powell give in? That's the question. So he's got on one side, he's got he's got Trump saying, don't cut all those rates crazy before the election. That's messed up. And then on the other side, he's got Congress led by Elizabeth Warren, the Dem Congress, saying, we're asking you to cut. We are urging you to cut by 75 basis points. 75 basis points is beyond what the market's even asked for. The market has been asking for 50, and 75 they knew is a pipe dream. Powell doesn't want to even sniff 75. He doesn't want to go to 50. He might do it out of pressure, but he doesn't want to. He wants to do 25. You can hear it in his voice on this last data came in, when the inflation numbers came in a little hot, CPI last week. He doesn't want to. If it goes to 75, watch out. Matmo says it right there. Guaranteed crash the market at 75. I agree. I think it's going to be nuts if he does 75. If they announce 75, watch out. It's going to get chaos. 50 is going to be interesting. 25 is still going to be interesting just because the reverse course, but really, really crazy they're even talking about this. XRP Riddlers? I don't know anything about that. Gematria? Oh, no, let's not do the Gematria stuff. Finger was great today. You're right, Thomas. Remember when Trump tricked Pocahontas into taking a DNA test? Yeah, exactly. Lyrical says, wow, next 2 days can cause a swan. Oh, yeah. Blue 5, Powell needs to increase it to the max. Let the U.S. endure hell for a year. Solve this inflation. Not going to happen. I know. They should raise again. They should raise another 25 BPS just to shock the system and get everybody off this rate cut nonsense so the market can do what it needs to do. But they're not. The cut's coming. The question is how bad. Now, I was almost 100% sure they were down to 25 after that latest core inflation came in higher. But there's been nonstop pressure at that to not go down to 25. And the question is Powell going to give into the pressure? This is where Jerome Powell gets to show once and for all if he's really a lackey, or if he is the independent Fed chair that he wants to be known as, just like his hero, Paul Volcker in the 80s, keeping the rates high until everything was done, when nobody wanted to keep it up. That's the question. Barbara, a dear friend of yours, was carrying twins when COVID started. Her doctor scared her into getting the shot, and she ended up losing one of the babies. That's horrible. The COVID shot is horrific for pregnant women. So sad. Alan's watching the WNBA. I can watch Caitlin Clark, but the rest of the WNBA is not fun for me. Brad, Warren needs to be riding the Cherokee Nation. Oh, my God. Kamal's not even half black. She's a quarter. Rumdog, does Les want the depression to start before the election so the government can have more free money? Maybe. Or they either want to trigger a depression or they want to, or they're dumb and they think they can juice it. But that's the thing. A shock like that to the system right now would actually break things. It would absolutely break things. But, I mean, things are getting bad out there. Look at this. Reverse repo is now down to $239 billion, the lowest since May 2021. Rate cuts just in time for the real liquidity injections to resume. Listen, they've already been crumbling stuff. They've already been injecting. What are they going to do? I mean, the rate cuts they can't push it much more unless they really are looking to break it. Now, I'll tell you one thing. There's not going to be any stimmy checks before the election. It's impossible. You know why it's impossible? Because the House Republicans will not pass it. Not before the election. The Republicans run the House. I doubt it could even get past the Senate, as they need 60 votes. It's not happening. So there would be nothing for the people before the election. Nothing major as far as legislation is going to get passed before the election. It's lame duck time. Biden's out. Either way, Congress is just going to argue back and forth about nonsense until the election. That's how it's going. The real question is, do we see another Lehman Brothers event between now and the election? That's the question. This is when it happened in 2008. Right between now and mid-October is when it all fell apart. Right before that election. And if that happens, guys, the Biden administration, which is Kamala, will lose another 5 to 7% of voters because it will have crashed on their watch. And that is what, in my opinion, this is really about. They are terrified it's about to break. And they already know they're losing this election. They already know it's getting out of hand. It's getting too far ahead for them to cheat, to even pull off the steal. They've been unable to pull off a virus. They've been unable to convince people. They've been unable to kill Trump. They've been unable so far to get World War III started. They have tried and failed over and over again. The one thing they've succeeded at is pumping the economy so much that GDP has stayed up. But even that's starting to decline as jobs are drying up like that and going away, and CPI and inflation is slowly going down but mostly holding strong at this 3% rate almost. So it's death for them right now. It's all falling apart. So they are terrified, and they're starting to panic because this means they're powerless right now. Congress feels powerless, so they're asking Jerome Powell to do something for them, and that's just not going to happen. Lyrical says this Russia threat's getting intense with Great Britain. A lot going on in 72 hours. That is very true, but it's not. I think Putin is too smart to get sucked in. I do. I think Putin is not going to allow himself to get caught up in full-on war because he knows that's what they want. I think he's going to hold out until after the election and see what happens with the election. If Kamala goes in, I think Putin goes full-on, just is like, F it. If these guys keep antagonizing me, I'm just doing it, because he knows there won't be any hope to keep America out of it. They're going to just keep poking and hurting his people. So that's where I think it is. But I think Putin's going to hold off till after the election to make his big decision. Blue 5, they can make the platinum $1 trillion coin. I know, I've heard that theory. It's very interesting. Whatever happens, recession, depression, they'll say it's Trump's fault. Rumdog, it doesn't matter. Do you understand? Like, they can't blame it on Trump. They've had almost 4 years, and he's had no policy in 4 years. No policy, no action, nothing. So if they try to blame it on Trump, they're going to look like a bunch of morons, which they already do. And the middle voters, the undecideds, the independents, they're already too awake to vote for them, to believe any of their lies on this stuff. So it won't work. It'll only hurt them more if they do that. But the question is, are they stupid enough to try to allow it on purpose to blame it on Trump? Because then they're just absolutely mentally gone. Or is it happening despite what they're trying to do, and then they try to blame it? Whatever. It doesn't matter. It won't. Not one voter that's not already crazy lefty, not one voter with a sane mind able to assess the situation will believe that it's Trump's fault. Not one. No tax on overtime is huge. It is huge. Yeah. Did you see a $1 trillion interest payment from the federal government? Yep. That's where we're at now. The interest payments are now larger than our payments for Defense Department. So now you think they were really butthurt when they didn't fall for monkeypox? Waltz volunteered to be a spreader. I don't think you need to volunteer. I think he just, he's a super spreader already. He's probably the what do they call it when it's the original? I think of like the monkey in that movie. What's that great Outbreak? Do you guys remember Outbreak, the movie from the '90s with Dustin Hoffman? And who else was in that movie? Kevin Spacey. Great movie. But they have to find the monkey because he's the original. The host. Tim Walz might be the host of Monkeypox. I wouldn't be surprised. He kind of has that wildness about him, like he's suffering from rabies or something. Patient Zero. There you go, Hobbs. Thank you. I knew I had something to do like that. Okay, let me see if I'm missing anything here. I don't think so. I think I covered everything. It's getting interesting for sure, right? I mean, so let's think about this week real quick. We have Fed rate cuts coming up. We have the fallout of this Trump assassination attempt going on. And there's going to be several things moving. Let's go to the markets real quick, actually. Let's look at the markets. So today was a pretty good day in the market. Dow hit its new all-time highs. S&P's approaching a record. NASDAQ, though, getting blitzed. I don't know why. Now, futures, a little weak, but this is where we're at. We just had our last week and a half was the melt up leading up to the cuts. Now we're starting to get into what's going to happen territory. There's going to be a little more apprehension because the FOMC starts tomorrow, but we don't get the announcement till Wednesday. So there's going to be a lot of preparation for that. Watch for a lot of money to be trading hands, getting to safe spots, whatever, just in case. Okay. And then get ready. Because whatever they decide to do on Wednesday, it's going to cause volatility one way or the other. And we're either going to see a massive relief rally from the market. And by relief, I mean, oh, thank God they did it. And you're going to see a bunch of buying short term. Or the other way it goes is they say, okay, we got it. We're finally here. It's time to start moving money around. And then you see the market tank. Personally, I think there's going to be an initial bump. And then what's going to really happen is we're going to start seeing things start to turn slowly towards the end of the month. And then start accelerating going into October on the way down. And then I think we're heading in for an October surprise of some big news in the economy. I really do. Bad news. I think we're at a breaking point. I don't see how we get to the election without something breaking. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong. But something tells me that that's what we're headed for. And I think September we're going to start seeing the whispers of that. But meanwhile, Finger, great day today. 10 cents up. GDC still holding. It seems like GDC is just going stagnant, its momentum. And this was my big surprise today. DJT. I thought for sure after Trump got shot, we'd see a surge in DJT today. So that's interesting. They're still shorting it down even after the attack last week. But we'll see where it goes. And then after hours, yeah, not much change. GameStop's been getting reamed ever since that offering happened. I think GameStop's done. But anyways, but that's where we're at, guys. I think it's going to be very interesting. And I said this too. By the way, please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the support, especially members. And yeah, if you guys like this content, subscribe and like and get out there. All right, appreciate it. That was my house cleaning I had to do. So I told my members on Saturday we had a live, and what I said is basically we're here. We're in the time where we've been waiting for. And now we're going to find out, it's put up or shut up time the next 6 weeks. From now until the election, it's put up or shut up time. This is where we're going to find out if all your time watching me has been worth it. If I'm just a complete idiot and I'm wrong about everything, or if we're on the right course on a lot of this stuff. And this is the time when we're going to be proven right or wrong. The economy, the markets, it's all coming to a head there. One way or the other, the next few months, that's all coming to a head. Obviously, the election's coming to a head. And it tends to happen that the months leading up to an election in the last 30 years tend to be extremely volatile in many ways. Not always, but 2008 crash, 2000 crash. I mean, those are both election years. 2020, we had COVID. That's all in the last 25 years. Absolutely crazy. 92, we were in a big recession with Clinton and Bush and Perot. So these things tend to get wild in these last few months. And I think we're headed for that again. I really do. But I don't know if it's going to be news as much as it's going to be just things breaking. And so we're here, guys. Get ready. Grab your favorite drink. Kick back and watch. Have your plans ready. Because if volatility enters the market the way I think it's going to, we might also finally see short squeezes. And I tell you what, fingers looking good. I think we're getting close to that dividend finally, even though that they had just went through that new audit team. GDC, who knows what's going on, but it's still way higher than it was with a lot of pressure there. And then DJT, in my opinion, with Trump coming out and saying he's not selling last week and then surviving another assassination attempt, I think it's only a matter of time till the shorts have to give up on that one. And that could break things open real big once volatility enters the market more. So Dewey says, Obama and Big Mike blame Bush for 8 years. Biden-Harris should be able to blame Trump for 4. Yeah, the problem is, though, is that I should say the difference, Dewey, is that Obama blamed Bush for the economy because it happened on Bush's watch. The economy broke on Bush's watch. We've been hearing Biden saying it's the greatest economy of all time on his watch. And then if the crash happens, you can't blame Trump for it. So that's the difference. That's a big difference too, Dewey. The economy crashed on Bush's last 4 months in office, 6 months in office. So Bush was in charge when that happened. Liz needs to get on her knees for Powell. Walz is like Kenny Banya. Banya, oh my God. It's gold, Jerry. Gold. That is Tim. What's left on my 2024 bingo card? A lot. There's too much to talk about. Aliens. 95% cashes, Alan. You're safe there. Roger, good point. Kind of fade out in the MSM. You mean the alien stuff? Formerly Wrong Way Corrigan. MSNBC was filming live at the golf course near Trump. Are you serious? That's funny how they always seem to be doing that when Trump's about to get shot. Hero says, don't share to Hillary with BuzzCon Wednesday. Is Friday triple witching? I haven't seen if it's triple witching. I do think it's options expiration. Calvin says, Congress wants 75 basis points, so money's cheaper. They can have a flight of capital. Crypto ensures the stock market collapse. Interesting. The question is, why would the Democrats want a stock market collapse before the election? That's the question. Because it's too late now to get stimulus passed. He tweeted Hillary invited her to listen. Yeah, the last few times triple witching happened, and even quad witching has been very disappointing. Brad, housekeeping alert. Please hit the like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Blue 5 says, if I'm wrong with everything, it's been entertaining. Well, thank you, Blue 5. I've been right on a few things at least so far, but this is where my real what's it called? I'm going to really gain trust or not over the next couple months. What's going on with GTII? It's gone to receivership, and now we're just waiting. We're in waiting. That's it. Alan says, I see a spike, then October drop like a rock for the market. That's kind of what I think could happen too. BM Pro, can we get the likes above 100? Where are we at right now? How many people have liked this? We are right at 100. Thank you. And everybody else, if you don't mind hitting that like while you're here, I really appreciate it. Let's get this out, get this broken off the shadow ban I've had going on, and every like helps the algorithm like me a little bit more, so I appreciate that, guys. Not Legal is working hard for GTI. That's 100% true. Anyone know if our GTI shares still locked up if we parked them for the lawsuit? I imagine it will be until everything's done, but who knows? Falcons Eagles got interesting. Okay, let me check in on that real quick. Refreshing live stats. 15-18. Oh boy, can Kirk Cousins finish it off? Super full moon tomorrow. Interesting. So a super full moon the day before rate cuts? You know, I am a person who does believe, there's a lot of weird stuff I don't believe, but one of the weird things I do believe is that timing, there's things that line up supernaturally. I just do. I'm sorry. It's part of my faith. And so when I see a super full moon, which is a sign in the sky, the day before we get rate cuts, which are going to be a massive impact on our economy. Oh, and Friday's quad witching. There you go. That's very interesting. Just going to say that. That's very interesting. We'll see if it means anything, but who knows? I do know that these next 7 weeks till the election, they could be the craziest weeks we've ever seen news-wise. I mean, if 2024 wasn't wild enough for you guys, if you haven't had enough fun in 2024, the craziest year I can ever remember in my life, except for, you could say 2020 was crazier physically because of like the lockdowns and stuff, but I actually think news-wise 2024 has been crazier with the politics and the markets and all this insanity been going on. So, and in the world, all the crazy stuff going on. So I would say 2024 to me is even been crazier than 2020. I just think it's going to have a better ending. So, Rain, on Thinkorswim, there's news on GTI about a share buyback. What? I haven't heard anything. I feel like I would hear that if that's true. Rumdog, thanks, Rumdog. I appreciate that. You think I have a level head? Well, I appreciate it. You know, guys, I'll say this. Whatever happens the next 6-7 weeks, whether I've been right on my predictions or I'm wrong, whatever, I'll say it's been very fun sharing my thoughts with you guys, doing my deep dive analysis for you guys, my research. I enjoy doing it myself. I really enjoy sharing it. And I'll say that if I'm wrong on stuff, which I don't think I'm going to be, especially not in the election, if I'm wrong, it's because of just stuff that you just can't fully predict. Or you could say you can, because if we lose this election, it's 100% because of cheating and rigging. It is 100%. There's no doubt in my mind about it. I'll even go on to say that if Kamala doesn't win by 20 points, I think that's how much it would take for me to believe she actually won legitimately. I won't even accept it. That's where I'm at. But not that it matters. Life will still go on whether I accept it or not. But but I'm telling you, everything I'm seeing, the fight people have, the fear in their eyes. 2020 was much different. They had so much more confidence in 2020 heading into that election. They were so much more arrogant about it. Trump was warning us leading up to it. There was a lot of different signals going on in 2020 that we're not seeing this time. And this time we're seeing just fear. Fear on everything, whether it's Congress asking for the rate cuts, whether it's Kamala and like the assassination attempts on Trump, the giggles she gets whenever she's asked a hard question. There's just fear. And to me, that says they're losing. And so, you know, I'm fine. If I'm wrong about the markets, whatever, that's a lot tougher to predict. But I think the election, I really think it's going to turn out good for us. Supernova Corona Borealis, that's happening. Brett, the only thing that really happens on these full moons is the tweakers come out and work later stealing copper wiring. That sounds like a Californian right there struggling with what's going on there. DJT pre-market shot to 20 and then dropped. Did it? I didn't see that. That is wild. Hide your cat, dogs, and chickens if you have them. Roger says, after 20 years on the fire department, I swear many crazy things happen on every full moon. So he sees it. You know, there's a lot of crazy people who do terrible things on full moons too. Oh yeah, you got to mix that with Green Thumb Industries. That's okay. People do that all the time. Thanks, I know it. Media. Would I take SF 7.5 points at Rams? No, I would not. And the reason is it's a division game, so those games can be close even when they shouldn't be. McVay is a student of Shanahan's, okay, and even though the Rams have a bunch of injuries, we don't have McCaffrey for 3 more weeks, and we just lost Debo for 4 weeks. So I would say no. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Niners win, but I think it's going to be close. Drew, you think it will crash and CEOs know it's a majority of them selling a shitload, especially NVIDIA? Yep. Rams going for the perfect season. 0-17. What's up, Kit? Yeah, Diddy went down. Yep. Brunos, what's up, man? Yeah, I knew. Diddy's gotten arrested. That's great. Every night a full moon in the Democratic Party. That's funny. So, yeah, you're welcome, media. I want to take that bet. That's too many points. That's laying too many. Especially if it's in LA. Is it in LA or San Fran? I will say this. Shanahan, since taking over the Niners and since McVay's been coach of the Rams, I think the Niners have only lost to the Rams 3 times in 7 years. So there's that. So Philly stopped Atlanta on a 4th and 1. Oh man, so Philly's gonna win. That means I got to hear Pedro's crap for the next. Yep, Pedro just texted me. He's very excited. Anyways, all right, guys. Well, hey, I'm gonna let you guys finish the end of that. The Vikings are not going undefeated. Good luck with that. You don't realize Sam Darnold's your quarterback. He's not bad. He learned a lot from the Niners, but there's no way that team goes for undefeated. So, anyways, you guys have a great night. Love you guys. I appreciate you so much. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're in it. We're in the final stretch of the craziness for this year, where everything that really matters is about to happen. So, buckle up. But again, like, share, subscribe so we can keep watching through this together. I'll do my best to help you guys navigate what's really going on. And Wednesday, Buzz Patterson. I'm going to launch the live tonight so you guys can set notifications on it. And I'm super excited about that. That is going to be an awesome show. Please share it. Get your friends in. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great show. Buzz is a wealth of knowledge, so I'm super excited for that. So anyways, you guys, let's end in a quick prayer, especially for protection over President Trump, and we'll get out of here. So Heavenly Father, thank you for today. God bless everybody here. Help us navigate these crazy times, Lord. And just thank you for the opportunity to be a part of this community and share with them and learn from them. It's a true honor. And so I thank you for that. We pray for President Trump that you would bless him, protect him, get him across the finish line to the election in a wave election where everything changes on November 5th. So I pray that more would be exposed on the other side, and that needs to be exposed. And we just get there full heads of steam. And in this craziness, whatever happens in the next few weeks in the economy and the markets, next few weeks and months, pray that you just help everybody navigate it so that they get through it better off than we entered it, no matter how bad it gets. So we pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Bless you guys.